So the right formula when it comes to luxury houses, as you said, the right product, is it equivalent to just the location, or is there any other parameters which comes under right product?
I think a lot comes
Hmm.
because a buyer of luxury has traveled so well globally that he has exposure of everything what is happening in global market.
So as the real estate landscape evolves, we are noticing a lot of players are eyeing, tier two cities, tier three cities for the expansion. How do you see these cities in terms of when it concerns to mandate business? What are the potential growth and challenges in these particular cities?
There are various players from other cities have approached Thailand, like Jaipur especially, Delhi, Kolkata, not our different market. And as I
Hmm.
said, consumer behavior is absolutely different elsewhere. But the challenges is, uh, okay, unfortunately or fortunately, real estate is a very local business.
Yeah.
I mean, you will agree with that. That the national players are still traveling from one city to other to
Hmm.
do a lot of business, and which is a good sign because Prestige, doing an amazing business in Bangalore, decided to come to a city of Mumbai.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really a pride for in a mutual way. Same way when DLF is also launching one project in Bombay. I mean, it's a good sign that
Hmm.
the players are actually traveling. But having said that, still the real estate is a very local business in terms of development side. May not from the mandate perspective side, but the only challenge which we face is the approach to sell, which is works in Bombay, may
Hmm.
not necessarily work in other cities. And all it's totally different,
Hmm.
and we experience it. And with our already studied, which we do, then only we enter in those markets because what works in Bombay may not work elsewhere.
True.
The second challenge which we faced is the aggression of the staff
Yeah.
because it may different. Like
Hmm.
Pune is different, Bangalore is different, Hyderabad would be different, Delhi would be absolutely different. But the aggression, the degree of aggression from a sales staff perspective or from the team perspective varies.
Hmm.
One have to keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't go, please go, respect your business, but even the cost structure of the salaries and all, because the ticket size of the unit in Bombay is so high
Yeah.
that the amount of people you put looks profitable to you. May
Hmm.
not necessarily it may look absolute profitable to go in other city with the same set of people from here and do the
True.
business.
Hmm.
So these are the only small two challenges.
Hmm.
But having said that, solution is always there, because the local recruitment in those cities and
Hmm.
still following your own process, still following your own parameters, checklists, and so many other guidelines which we have set in Bombay
Hmm.
can help you to bring similar set of people on board in other cities and do the business. But understanding consumer behavior is must
Yeah.
because anything you can address on this side of the curtain is all parameters which you can act on, you can take corrective measure on.
Hmm.
But consumer behavior is before you face the consumer studies must, and which we do
Hmm.
take. I mean, other cities when we are not that we are looking for any kind of immediate expansion, but
Hmm.
from a real estate perspective, for an example, it happened like post COVID, people have started buying plots in Bombay, which
Yeah.
was never the trend before. I mean, I'm sure you must agree with me
Hmm.
that a lot of branded players have launched in the outskirts, a lot of plots, and
Yeah.
and people have started buying it, which was not the case before.
Hmm.
Now, if suppose we are looking into the same business now in the near future,
Hmm.
then might as well study the consumer behavior of other cities where 50 or 60% of the people buy the plot.
Hmm.
Like North, you go to Jaipur, you go to those side of the place,
Hmm.
people love to have their own land and own roof.
Hmm.
What is their psychology of, it works
Hmm.
because similar consumer behavior study can help you to go and sell the plot anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
So one should not only know the business side of or the staff or the cost side of it, understanding the consumer behavior is must because real estate consumer behavior is absolutely different from
Hmm.
city to city.
No, I agree. But do you think the potential of having mandate business in these cities are possible in tier two
Uh,
cities?
Certainly it's possible, but the
Okay.
cost may differ. Like,
Hmm.
if the number works, then there is a great potential from
Hmm.
the cost perspective, I should say. But there are players who approach us,
Hmm.
but we sometimes take conscious decision that for the one project, we cannot create team and go over there
True.
to a local.
True.
But in the near future, if we ever decide,
Hmm.
then first we see the business potential in that city
Yeah.
over a period. And it's very, the data are also available that you
Hmm.
get to know in 10 years how many launches happen, how many registered data are there, how
Hmm.
many crores of business must have happened in those cities. and based on which we can go in, and do the mended business. But there is a great potential over there because the amount of inquiry comes shows that yes, they are looking for to have a very professional team who can bring this global perspective, because we know today market is so open that a lot of innovations which happens otherwise in a city of Bombay, anybody would like to have in a city of Jaipur, or for that reason, anywhere like a tier two cities. I mean, Indore is such a market. Fortunately, in that 15 years of me doing a job, allows me to travel various cities, and Indore, Jaipur, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune for sure, no doubt. But one should know the business potential and then make an expansion plan in going over there.
So you're saying in these cities, the developer market is also quite organized because we are not seeing a lot of branded players in these
But I
cities,
think
right?
after the RERA regime came,
Yeah.
no matter whether players are not or non-known,
Mm.
they are doing a business, they have given delivery, and all those who follow the checklist that what am I supposed to check before we take the projects, I think the risk is not there. And believe me, even those players are ready to give a product and projects to the mandate player like us to do this volume of the business over there. Even the post-COVID, the trend was people started going to back home.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have observed that. I'm not saying everybody came and nobody came back, but there are set of, even in, I mean, I may not be comparison, but I'm sure in your circle also, you may know few people who has gone to the respective hometown and they are happily working from home. They do travel to the respective cities for this, this documentation and other purpose. But this is also potential consumer who wants Bombay lifestyle, but in their hometown.
So I want to ask with regards to the recent, GDP, the data which has come in that highlights the significant growth at 13.3% in construction sector comparison to the last year. How do you see this particular figure impacting the real estate industry in terms of the coming months? How the market will grow? What kind of factors are we seeing driving this particular market, especially when we talk about housing industry?
Okay, look at this way. Suppose when I was in 2002, buying a 16 lakhs apartment was a dream. I mean, where I'll be to buy or not. But ever since in last 23 years, we knew that economy has grown, the GDP has performed well. Any countries GDP, if they are predicting that okay, we are growing, which is proven by the numbers also, it shows the confidence of the local market. And fortunately, after we are 1/6 population of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that itself shows that the domestic market is so big that you don't need to rely or go global to do your own business, whether it is manufacturing or service or real estate or for that any industry I'm talking about. So the first contribution is the population, which is growing. The second thing is within that population, the middle class segment is growing. When a middle class segment grows, the aspiration grows at all the front, whether to travel or whether to buy cars or whether to do those staycations which you're talking about, or whether to buy a home for that reason. And we actually understood the shift when we sell all segments. For example, a buyer of a smaller 1 and 2 BHK in western suburb give equal importance to the amenities. Why? Because post COVID, if the lockdown happened, at least my kids can go down and play. Or maybe I have some open areas to breathe around. Now, the small behavioral change indicates that yes, the middle class segment is growing, and when they grow, for sure, the home as a necessity, which I already told you, they will purchase. For sure. So, of course, it's contributing to this one. Third is any industry. Now, for example, car. Post COVID, the luxury car was available at discounted. Today, the same car you go, it's not available less than 30, 50, 30, 35% more than the same value, the same car maybe. Product would be a little bit enhanced one, but the price has gone high, which shows the confidence that yes, people have a spending power and hence somebody will increase the price. Otherwise, nobody will increase the price just for the same reason. All these parameters, I believe strongly that when a GDP is growing, the population is so high, the middle class segment is aspirations to grow further, and the tech based things makes any buyer to know what to buy online on your mobile screen. These three segments can definitely turn around any industry, and for that reason, home, which is a basic necessity of the human being to make a purchase decision. So after agriculture, if I say real estate is the second largest who employ the unskilled labor, should not look back. And that the reason, imagine if an affordable home started doing so well in the outskirt of Bombay with two mega launch which we did in last 6 months indicates that even this people wants to buy the home. I
Yeah.
mean, believe me, if one of the launch if happens and if you come ever, you will see those families enjoying project model, look those audio visuals, the kids are playing around those
Mm.
models and landscape areas. This shows that there is an aspiration to buy home. Why? Because even that segment wants to live better.
So in a
And when they can buy,
yeah.
then they earn well.
So when we talk about city like Mumbai, where do you see the luxury? Because there has been reports coming in that luxury market has been in a great demand and all of that because we understand post pandemic people wanted a bigger space and everything. But do you see in coming months luxury market will be still in demand in a city like Mumbai where the prices are high?
Our experience of working in the luxury South Bombay market side says that yes, there is always a good demand. The
Hmm.
right product should come on the market. I mean, I'm going to say right product. I'm not
Hmm.
saying right price because a buyer of luxury unit
Yeah.
may give more importance to the product than a
True.
price alone. For
Hmm.
him, it is the sense of achievement that I bought 10,000 square feet floor plate on XYZ product at a Worli or Prabhadevi.
Hmm.
So a right product when come in the market, it has always a good demand. And especially in the present scenario where a lot of launches which has happened, the data says that absorption is so amazing that
Hmm.
there is an apparent increase into the luxury segment of a real estate buyer to come forward and make a purchase, whether it is a standalone building or whether it is a large complex at Worli.
Hmm.
Understanding this particular segment is growing,
Hmm.
and our experience of handling 4 to 5 luxury products, both ready to move in, mid construction, and just launched all the categories across length and breadth of South Mumbai, I must say, we understood there is a good demand. And when we understood it, we recently launched a concept called Guardians Luxury, where a separate team is
Hmm.
going to handle this all stakeholders relation, developer and consumer both,
Hmm.
because selling real estate luxury product is relationship driven.
Yeah.
It cannot be pushed. It
Hmm.
required that relationship is building with the consumer
Hmm.
and with your channel partner.
Hmm.
And all these parameters, when you understood that, okay, you're given a right product
Hmm.
segment
Hmm.
to this particular relation, which you already know, you may not buy in the first time. Suppose somebody comes, you may not buy. But if the similar broker, same broker is taking some aim to elsewhere,
Hmm.
at least that relationship has been built already. And we have actually conceptualized a new concept which is called Guardians Luxury, which is
Hmm.
recently launched on a day of Dhanteras. And we have
Yeah.
introduced two more projects under this segment, whose exclusively catered South Bombay to begin with, but
Hmm.
it may not stop here because buyer of 4 5 crores at Borivali is also luxury segment. I
Hmm.
mean, where somebody who's buying a 6 7 crores villa at Lonavala is also a luxury segment to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
So knowing this particular shift and positive shift in the luxury segment of real estate, we recently introduced one. What
So the right formula when it comes to luxury houses, as you said, the right product, is it equivalent to just the location, or is there any other parameters which comes under right product?
I think a lot comes
Hmm.
because a buyer of luxury has traveled so well globally that he has exposure of everything what is happening in global market.
Hmm.
Having said that, a lot of parameters. I mean, you it's a matter of belief. But a
Yeah.
buyer of luxury may give more importance to the vastu because he doesn't want to have a single tick mark not done when he make the
Hmm.
purchase decision. There's only one example I'm saying so. But having said that, location is must. I
Hmm.
mean, real estate. If somebody says location, 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 he
Yeah.
has rightly said that. You know why? Because he knows what I want to buy. I may not say I want to buy a luxury product in length and breadth of South
Hmm.
Bombay because
Hmm.
it's too big market. So answering to question, yes, these segments give a due importance to the location for sure.
Hmm.
But within that location, which product is meeting his need? Again, I'm repeating, not at the value front because he's ready to spend you more.
Yeah.
All the tick marks are there or not, and there
Hmm.
is also a checklist for it. Like I strongly believe that
Hmm.
when processes and checklists have been done,
Hmm.
then you will not look back. I mean, even at times of planning a product, also at luxury, there are a lot of parameters. Like
Hmm.
simple, uh, I'm not saying column less, but peripheral column,
Hmm.
because every luxury buyer will take bare shells, and if he takes bare shell, he would like to do his own way,
Hmm.
the unit.
Hmm.
Does your structure is equipped enough to cater those scalable need of him
Hmm.
to convert 5 BHK to 3 BHK? yes, that tick mark has to be there from the farmers. And that's what I said. He's buying a product. First, he's buying a location. He's
Hmm.
buying a product. Certainly, must is a brand.
Hmm.
I mean, you cannot ignore for that because the stake is so high that
Yeah.
of course he will give more importance to the delivered track record of the developer who's making those luxury units.
So in a city like Mumbai, where do you see affordable homes? Like, do we going to see more affordable homes coming in, or the market is not there at all?
Our experience of last
Hmm.
6 months launching two big projects, one at Thane and one at Shilpata, says there's a great demand for affordable homes. Only thing is you have to reach to them.
Hmm.
When I say reach to them, you cannot just remain into BTLs, and you have to make a you have to go aggressive at
Hmm.
your ATL front also, as well as BTL front also. I mean, in marketing language, we call it above the line is newspapers,
Yeah.
media, digital, hoardings. And okay, let me give you an example. When
Hmm.
we taken Anil Kapoor as a brand ambassador for my Thane project, he was a face for the product. And we
Hmm.
able to achieve. I'm not saying because of him, it has helped to reach to that mass who has
Hmm.
given a value not only to the product but to the developer location, and such marketing always helps to bring this buyer to the plot.
Hmm.
There is always a good demand because this two project has given the amount of lead got generated and
Hmm.
the amount of site visit has happened, which is much more than what we want to achieve. The number which we actually achieved in that stipulated time period shows that there is always a good demand for it. He may not purchase at my site, but he'll go and else purchase it elsewhere. Of
Hmm.
course, because
Hmm.
he's an active buyer. Otherwise,
Hmm.
he would have not traveled from Parel to Thana to
Hmm.
look for the product XYZ. Even this trend is very much visible that those who are staying in old Bombay
Yeah.
in small homes, their aspirations to stay in a complex. They
Hmm.
also want their kids to play in those amenities and swimming pools and clubhouse. And these affordable homes always look forward for their day to day. For an
Hmm.
example, kids, school, medical, hospital should be there.
Connectivity. Yeah.
Parents,
Hmm.
spiritual angle should be taken care of.
Yeah.
So large scale product, when catering to the need of affordable segment, should keep their day in day out. I mean, they may not want podium parking. You give you give those as per
Hmm.
the bylaws, etc.
Hmm.
But they are looking for a brand. They are looking for the size. They are looking for a good ventilation of the home because they are coming from a background where they are not enjoying the air and light ventilation.
Hmm.
So all that parameters, when you cater, our experience says there is a great demand for affordable homes, and we are actually conceptualizing so many affordable homes. In fact,
Hmm.
to an extent, we created a separate vertical who
Hmm.
will be cater this particular segment of the buyer, mostly in the outskirts of Bombay, because cost parameter doesn't work to make super affordable homes in a city of Bombay. But the outskirts allow even, and Bombay being a island city, the
Hmm.
large land parcels which we have is
Hmm.
mostly towards KDMC, Thane, and the
Yeah.
Panvel side.
Yeah. So how would you define this ticket size of these affordable homes?
I think to our experience, anything will sounds less than 30 lakhs mm, is
But
according to the consumer buyer is
yeah,
upfront.
yeah.
According to the consumer,
But do you see a market in Thane or Panvel having such? Because
100%.
we have noticed, especially in Thane, where now Oberoi has launched, right, in Kolshet. Now the square feet area of that particular has gone to 19 to 20,000,
Hmm,
right?
hmm,
Because Oberoi being the brand
hmm.
itself, it has impacted the other areas. So do you feel affordable homes pricing will also change and it might not be considered into affordable?
I would put it this way: that cost of affordable homes is a byproduct of so many parameters. It
Hmm.
cannot just happen a brand. Like
Yeah.
suppose a brand, I mean, Oberoi, as you rightly said, has launched because that vision, the positioning is different. An XYZ developer who is owning 100-acre historical land parcel in
Hmm.
Thane, Panvel, or say KDMC market have a different cost structure to it.
True. Yeah.
So I think every project is different
Hmm.
from a definition of affordable homes based on the cost parameter. The
Hmm.
cost of land acquisition and the vision which somebody has is different. Like I mean, it's purely depending upon what an individual developer is looking for
Hmm.
to sell or to make based on what the cost which they are going to already incur or may incur in the future. But affordable segment, according to me, is, is not is less. The amount of population which city
Yeah.
of Bombay has more than two and a half
Yeah.
crore.
Yeah.
I mean, statistics says that there's a great potential and
Hmm.
people are buying them. Uh, Another thing must mentioning is the connectivity
Yeah.
because Bombay is was lacking those.
mm,
infrastructure. But fortunately, 350-kilometer plus metro network
mm,
has actually this both the project which I'm talking about is
mm,
just half a kilometer from metro station where the work is already going on. Now that made them believe that yes, I can commute anywhere in city of Bombay
mm,
because the metro connectivity will ensure a very easy way of transporting from my place of staying to
mm,
anywhere in the city, and this has
mm.
actually helped them. Even for that reason, coastal road,
Yeah.
believe me, the way coastal road is coming up now, the
Mm,
first segment is getting completed in South Bombay. The
mm,
second will complete it from Bandra to going to the north side.
mm.
Believe me, I mean, okay, I have also seen, I mean, for an example, like as you said, people don't mind travel outside their comfort zone,
Yeah.
subject to connectivity, and
Yeah.
which was evident when one of the product in Mira Road we launched. More than 30% has actually traveled from south side of Toll Naka and made a purchase.
Mm,
They live their life in say Borivali, Goregaon, Malad,
mm,
but they don't mind crossing the Toll Naka and going to the Mira Road for because commute metro rail was already going on.
mm,
It doesn't matter to them. I mean, for
mm,
so I think Bombay is a city which has actually finally got a solution at the commute front, and thanks to the metro and all this widening of the roads and for example, say Goregaon Mulund Link Road, which
mm.
right now already started at both the end.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes times to complete, but
Mm,
imagine the potential commute and people make their purchase decision. Even to an extent, developer has started positioning all those infrastructure projects very in detailed manner in all
yeah.
their collaterals and models and brochures and
Mm,
audio-visual presentations to tell today's consumer buyer that look, if you're buying it today at X value, you
mm,
will see definitely the upside of it. I'm
mm,
not saying that you will sell it, but there is always an opportunity cost that
mm,
once this all commute pattern will be completed, there
mm,
could be a price increase in respective micro market.
mm.
But definitely affordable homes are the great future.